This is Lifestyle Locker Radio, and you're listening to the best of IMMUNOPALOOZA. Hi, I'm Dr. Josh Hant, and welcome to Lifestyle Locker Radio, where we help you create an awesome life and lifestyle. From nutrition to fitness, mindfulness to peak performance, and relationships to money mindset, we bring you on an amazing journey to help you unleash your human potential. Hey, we just want to let you know that all of the recordings of IMMUNOPALOOZA were actually done on Facebook Live. So what we're doing is compiling all of them into one place where you can actually listen to all of them. We've put together our favorite ones, which were voted on by our guests and all the comments that came in. So I hope you enjoy these, and definitely check the show notes because there will eventually be a link for you to actually get all of the videos and have access to them. All right, y'all, enjoy the show. All right, we are live again at IMMUNOPALOOZA. We have an awesome guest today. Many of you may have not met Shawn yet, but you're going to meet him right now. This is Shawn Wells. Welcome to the show, bud.
Thanks for having me on, Josh. I appreciate it.
I am glad and grateful that you're here. Why don't you give the audience just a little bit of a short bio of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm known as the world's greatest formulator, and I'm currently calling myself an ingredientologist. I am a biochemist, registered dietitian, certified sports nutritionist. I work on novel ingredients. I patented about 10 ingredients with about 20 more on the way. I work with China, and I have a team in Germany as well. I love doing formulations, and I've done about 500 products to this point. And I worked 10 years clinically, worked with athletes, celebrities, all kinds of stuff. And my goal is to just improve everyone's health through supplements, food, beverage, and just making things healthier for you and taste great too. So that's cool. That's my story.
Good. So, the theme of the day, the theme of this week so far is boosting immune function and maybe upgrading it or upregulating immune function, because I've heard different people say different things. Well, you can't boost the immune system, and I don't want to get caught up in some of like the minutia of an argument that way, but I want to talk about like what are the lifestyle things? What are maybe even, since you're the supplement guy, like what are some of the supplements that may be proactive for people to start taking if they're not already taking it? Because I think this is the conversation not only for people's current state of health at this point, but as their current state of health as they go, whichever direction this looks like on the camera, as they go forward, right?
Before I do that, like foundationally, one thing that I think like the forest getting lost through the trees kind of thing, like I think supplements are biohacks essentially, but we need foundational stuff.
Agreed.
And if I told you I could boost your immune system by 50%, would you be interested?
Of course, who wouldn't be?
Right. Yeah. So it's to not be afraid.
Yeah.
Fear right now is killing your immune system. Your kids pick up on it. Your pets pick up on it. Your cohabitants pick up on it. Your coworkers pick up on it. And it creates a greater fear that we're all vibing on. And it's just like how like birds, like pick up on fear. And, if one flies away, the others fly away. If, with the animals, if one barks, the other barks. Like we're meant to do this. It's a means of survival. To take that up another notch, if we laugh, if we smile, if we love, then we can boost the immune system above and beyond. So you can see how it's not even just sympathetic, parasympathetic kind of stuff. I mean, it's full body. It's oxytocin, it's cortisol, it's epinephrine, norepinephrine. It's so many things that are going on that's keeping your body in this adrenal fear state, sympathetic state that is so far from being optimal immune wise.
Yeah.
That mindset shift is very important. I would say it's very important this is probably the first time in history where you can literally be plugged into the news and social media 24/7 and be hearing voices that don't deserve to be heard,
Yeah.
quite honestly.
I agree
So many
100%.
voices, so many voices. And some of them are the loudest voices in the room because they want attention. And this is their spotlight.
Yeah.
So they're just making a lot of noise, but none of it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And it's scary. And there's even like kind of, I've seen scary spam messages going out like by email that people are sharing about things that aren't true that I don't even want to share. But like, it's crazy what's going on right now because people want attention.
Yeah.
So I would say that's foundational is let's find ways, like your sign says right behind you, keep calm and carry on.
Yeah.
That's so important that, I mean, just think about the people that we love, whether it's in sports, you're like, oh man, like how's that quarterback so calm under pressure? You know, Tom Brady or a Kobe Bryant or, you know, whoever. And it's the same in life. Like be that person that's calm, that sets the tone for everyone around you. You can change that air around you.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Say that is foundational. I just want people, and look, one of the best things you can do to calm down is breathe deep. And guess what? This is a respiratory virus that attacks people that have impaired immune function and respiratory function, especially smokers and sedentary people and people with emphysema and all these kinds of things. So breathe deep and relax and improve your respiratory function, and it'll serve several roles.
Yeah.
And another thing that is really important to do is actually moisten your respiratory tract. And that actually protects you against the virus as well, because again, the coronavirus really focuses in on the respiratory tract. So keeping it moist, you know, using a humidifier or using like one of those saline nasal rinses. That's a great place to start. But keep breathing deep, like throughout the day. Like, you know, a lot of people are saying, I feel like I'm getting you know, the corona, like, and it's anxiety. It's anxiety that's giving them shortness of breath. It's anxiety that's that tightness in the chest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's my kind of foundational before we get into the supplements step right there.
It's totally powerful. And I want to share this. I watched a video, I'm trying to remember who it was, but there was it was going through scientific journals, but talking about fear, like fear and anxiety and the blood test and all of the things that go along with it and how it becomes this evil cycle. You know, it fires all these pro-inflammatory mediators, these things that are causing inflammation internally. So when you're afraid, you actually create more sickness in your body and disease than when you're happy and calm. I mean, you right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like we're meant to get into like this fear state for small periods of time, right? Like we're meant to be amped up. Like if we're, you know, in the jungle and we hear a rustling in the leaves or, you know, something like that, right? But we're not meant to be like, you know, amped up for 24, 48, 96 hours. You know, it's not meant to be like that, right? And I've even seen like I'm someone who doesn't believe that much in this and is trying to stay calm. And I've seen I have this Garmin Phoenix, and I've seen on mine like my heart rate is higher, my heart rate variability is off, my sleep isn't as good. Like I am feeling some of this tension, even though I'm calm, right? Like, even though I'm like one of the more rational people, and I'm still feeling it.
So that being said, you know, we had all the people who have been on since we've started this yesterday have been talking a lot of similarities, right? Not everybody the same. Everybody has their own expertise, but you know, we had someone today that started off the day. Her name is Emily Fletcher, and she taught meditation, and we did actually live during the actual call. She had people doing what she calls, I think, her 2x breath, like and I was like zenned out and felt I'm not a standing desk. I almost like fell over. Like I felt just so comfortable and relaxed. Like there are things that we should be doing always that we're not doing. You know?
Agreed. And here's another amazing biohack is this right here.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. So I was waiting for someone to talk about a dog. I figured it would be you.
my dog. If someone's just listening to that, not seeing it, this is my dog Maya. That's a 13-year-old Shih Tzu, and she's amazing and just a love snuggle buddy. And she's my rescue pet.
Yeah.
She's rescued me. She makes me feel more calm, and I make her feel more calm, and we're buddies together. So, pet power for the win. I'll throw that one out there. That's a huge hack. And, and a dog is a great reason to go take a walk, which is a great way to de-stress.
Yep. So positive, like it's we were talking about compounding effects, and I'm glad you brought the dogs up, right? Or a dog up. Our dog's the same. It's the same way. Like this unconditional love. It's a sense of calm. It gets you outside. It gets you in nature. It gets you fresh air. So you're compounding, the things that are good for your body overall health wise.
Exactly. So now I can get into some of the hacks, I guess, if that's what you want to get into. As far as supplements, I can go into like what some of my more favorite ones are. Probably my biggest one is one that you've actually never heard of.
Okay.
And it's called AHCC, active hexose correlated compound, and it's from mushrooms. I think reishi and shiitake.
Okay.
But it's an incredible, like we've all heard these compounds from mushrooms are incredible for immune system boosting. Mm-hmm. And this one is nothing short of that. It has amazing data with nearly every disease state, including cancer. And it's just incredible. Like the data is powerful. If you look up like autoimmune diseases, again, cancer, this thing is off the charts. Mm. Add to that, because I deal with autoimmune issues myself. I have Hashimoto's, chronic fatigue syndrome, Epstein-Barr, fibromyalgia, all that kind of stuff going on. So I deal with this, and sometimes I crash. And that and L-lysine are two of the most powerful ones for me. AHCC is expensive. Okay. So I just use it like, when I'm crashing, I kind of tap into it for a week. Maybe around this time, like it would be good to just get on it for a month or something and protect yourself.
And that's something they can get where? Like, where would someone find that? Would it be online? Would it be in a store?
Yeah. It's on Amazon. It's in GNC and Vitamin Shop as well. But it's and again, it's probably like $50 to $70 for a bottle, so it's pricey.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this stuff works like nothing else. Mm. And then L-lysine is cheap, but you have to do large doses. Like again, if you feel yourself crashing. But man, that brings me back to like, I would say like in the 3 to 6 gram range a day. Mm. Don't take it around anything else because it's an amino acid and you don't want it competing for anything. So just take it on an empty stomach, and that's a powerful one. And again, dirt cheap. Obviously, you're hearing about vitamin C. Mm-hmm. Vitamin C is sold out everywhere. And, maybe in history, it seems like vitamin C has been almost overrated. We've heard about like orthomolecular dosing for, I don't know, like 40 years now because Linus Pauling. Mm-hmm. But it does seem to work. And we have seen data with large doses of IV vitamin C, like overwhelming cancer. I just did a 25 gram dose the other day at a clinic just to make sure I didn't have anything floating around. But liposomal is the best form of vitamin C.
I was going to ask that actually.
It's you hit like this GI distress point with regular vitamin C that's just tough on the gut, and you end up getting diarrhea. And like when you get into like the 1 or 2 gram range, you can buy buffered vitamin C that's attached to like a mineral. So let's say a magnesium, sodium, calcium, things like that. Mm-hmm. And it buffers it, and you can take a little higher dose, and that's good. The liposomal, you can go fairly high, maybe like in the like 5 to 10 gram range.
Oh, wow.
And it improves the bioavailability and it protects your gut as well. So in lieu of being able to get an IV of vitamin C, this is the next best thing, is the liposomal. And there's a reason that it's been sold out on Amazon If you can get your hands on it, it's definitely worth getting.
Okay.
So I would definitely recommend liposomal vitamin C.
So here's a question on that while we're on vitamin C for a second. So we get liposomal vitamin C. You can say we can take possibly upwards of 10 grams. Is that 10 grams in one dose, or is that, I take 1,000 like every other hour or something like that?
I think the large dose is the way to kind of overwhelm the system and really be most effective. If I only had regular vitamin C, then I would do like that, 1 to 2 gram range. Again, like backing off from where you have GI distress, but like as often as you can throughout the day.
Okay.
So it just depends on what you have, but I think it's more ideal to do the larger doses.
Okay.
And then liposomal glutathione. So glutathione is the master antioxidant. Typically, glutathione is what's called a tripeptide. It's made of 3 amino acids. And typically, your body will cleave those amino acids, break it down, and it will boost glutathione a little bit, but it's not that effective. Something called N-acetylcysteine, NAC, is actually better probably at raising glutathione than taking oral glutathione is. The one exception, again, is liposomal glutathione, where that liposome, it's basically a fatty micelle, what's called. It's kind of like a sphere that protects it. And the liposomal one is superior to all the other forms.
Okay.
But if you can't buy the liposomal glutathione, get NAC, NAC, N-acetylcysteine, and take vitamin C, which kind of supercharges it. So those are some of the better ones. Now, there's definitely some other things that I recommend. There's something actually very cheap that's really interesting. The data is coming out on it being potently antiviral. And obviously that's of great interest right now. It's called monolaurin.
Yeah.
And it's based off of lauric acid, which is a 12-carbon fatty acid that you find in coconut oil. And what we're finding is, yes, like C10 and C8 are better probably for raising ketone levels. But this C12 in coconut oil is potently antiviral. And also like invader, like think of like spirochetes and Lyme disease and things like that. So there's a reason that coconut oil may like help on multiple levels with some of these conditions like Lyme's, like these conditions where you might have deer tick or, the spirochetes or whatever, or some virus, because it's boosting ketones and it's antiviral. So that's an interesting one. It's very cheap and certainly worth taking. Cat's claw is a classic immune system booster, and another great one. I also here's a big one is adaptogens. I love adaptogens. So ashwagandha, rhodiola, ginseng. I like to cycle them out, like maybe every 8 weeks, take a different one.
Okay.
The adaptogens do exactly what I'm saying. They adapt to you. So it helps your body normalize. And right now, what you really need is to be normalized. Like if you're too high in something, too low in something, it helps normalize blood pressure, helps normalize blood glucose, helps normalize your sex hormones, helps normalize your sleep. If you're feeling too wired, too tired, these things help to normalize you. If you look in any culture, you'll see the most storied herb is always these adaptogens. If you go to China or, Japan, everyone talks about ginseng. If you go to India, it's ashwagandha. If you go to South America, it's maca. If you literally go to Russia, it's rhodiola. These are like the most important herbs in history because they have they call it a tonic effect, where it just, puts you like in the middle.
Okay.
Like all of your body processes normalize where you want to be. So I really recommend for, again, kind of that foundational piece, like getting you to normal, is utilizing those adaptogens. So those are some I guess, normalizing, immune system
Yeah.
boosting, and antiviral steps that I think you can take.
So just to go back to the monolaurin, that's how I say it. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a supplement you want to take by itself? Because you're actually the second person to actually mentioned that, which is really good. I'm glad there's like some consistency here. We're getting the same kind of data, right? Is it something? Would I be taking like? Would I take a spoonful of coconut oil, like the raw coconut oil, or should I search for the C12, or should I get a capsule, or like what's the best way to consume it?
No, so it's not just straight. It's actually a special form, and
Okay.
it is called monolaurin. It's not just lauric acid.
Okay.
Uh, and my favorite one is in beadlet form, and you
Okay.
take a little scoop. I don't like the capsules as much. It's almost like taking capsules of collagen. You're not getting enough
Yeah,
of a
okay.
dose.
Okay.
So I like to get a scoop, and it's probably, I think it's like 3 grams, like per dose
Okay.
of beadlets. And if you take the beadlets and just, chew them up or whatever, it doesn't taste bad. It tastes like coconut oil. Or you could take it with, a drink or a shake or whatever and just wash it back. These things are powerful. And I
Okay.
would take twice a day antiviral. Again, if you're doing that with like the lysine, the AHCC, the vitamin C, I mean, there's nothing better. Like, I don't want to like take a stab at or, get into like legal issues at some medication, but I'm saying like this stack would really, really, really work.
Yeah.
So that would be what I'd recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you the best fighting chance, right? Like that's I mean
Yeah.
that's the goal, right? I mean it's viruses are going to be around. They've been around forever, right? They're
Hmm.
we're going to wait for and we've said this before like, if we don't build any immunity to it, it's going to probably show up stronger next year. And then maybe the next one, whatever all of these things are. I think the big goal is like, listen, we want to boost it as high as we can now, but there should be some protocol for us to be proactive, right, throughout our lifetime, not just like, holy cow, let me do it now while I'm eating ice cream on the couch watching Netflix. It should be something that we can do, right, like for the long term, and have
Agree. 100%.
yeah.
Yep.
So what other? So we have the happiness, like reducing fear, which was like the first thing. We have the stack of the supplements. What other lifestyle thing? And the dog. I don't forget the dog.
Yeah.
Right. The what do you call it? The unconditional love. What other things are you implementing for yourself? On a daily basis now, because I'm not sure. Where you are is different than where I am right now in New York. New York has gone bonkers,
Yeah.
and the fear is probably at an all-time high, probably worse than 9/11 at this point, which is crazy to me in my head. But like, so what are you doing at home?
So one thing I didn't mention that again is cheap is vitamin D3.
Mm-hmm.
Getting your sunshine vitamin in. So if you can get outside, it might be hard if you're in the city, I don't know, with lockdowns and whatever, but open up the window, or if you can go take a walk, do that. Get some sunshine if there's sun out. If you have a sun-lightened sauna, I have one, that's great. If you have a Juve light, use that.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are anti-inflammatory. They improve D3 levels. And then obviously you can supplement with D3. I recommend taking it with K2 together, especially the MK7 form of K2. I know there's a lot of letters and numbers, but
That's your world.
hopefully we can, make some kind of notes here, or, you can replay it back or pause it. And I don't know if we can make an Amazon list or something, but
We should probably do that.
yeah, but I do want it to be simple for people, but what I'm recommending I feel is important, and for the most part, except for the AHCC, everything I'm recommending is fairly reasonable and cheap, so and can protect you. But getting your D3 in is very important. And the next thing I would say is optimizing your sleep. So, if you need to take some melatonin right now, if you need to have some chamomile, some lavender, some hops, whatever, like some of the valerian, some of these kinds of things that help ease you into sleep, and de-stress you and relax you, then that's important to do, and get some quality sleep and sleep in. Like right now is the time that you can probably sleep in. We still may be working, but most of us are working from home or what have you. So, take a little extra time, whether it's going to sleep a little earlier and getting up a little later, but try and get as much sleep in as you can. And that will protect your body. You need to recover. Right now, you are training. You have every day is training day on your shirt.
That's it, baby.
Right now, your body is training.
There we go, yeah.
It is stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You are overtrained right now. Mm-hmm. And therefore you are under recovered. You need to recover more because you're stressed.
Yeah.
It's no different to your body than you just doing like a Spartan race or whatever. That's what you're doing every day right now. You're doing a Spartan race. So you need to recover like that.
Yeah, agreed.
So you need to get your sleep. And then obviously the next one is going to be simple too. Hydrate. Hydrate really, really well. Whatever you think you should be drinking, you probably need to double it.
Cheers.
There you go. We're not drinking enough. We don't drink enough. And again, what's one of the best ways to protect yourself is to have a moistened respiratory tract. How does your respiratory tract stay more moist? By you drinking enough water. And your cells can stay more hydrated, and your respiratory tract will be more hydrated. So obviously these are like fairly simple things, and it may sound obvious when you hear these things, but a lot of us are so stressed that we're not doing them. We're not how hard is it to take a deep breath? But when was the last time you did it? How hard is it to sleep in a little bit? Are you doing it? How hard is it to go grab an extra glass of water? But did you do it? You're on social media, you're watching the news, you're like amped up. You're too connected, and you're hearing all these voices of chaos and fear, and you're feeding on it. And then if you even watch a movie, the movie's probably something like Contagion, or like literally like something that's like timely and like, again, amping you up because it's dopamine dominance, where you're feeding on it. And it's an addiction. It's literally an addiction. You need to break out of that addictive behavior and unplug. It's really important you try and unplug. Read a book. Go take a walk. Go, if you can go swim or be in nature, like if you're in an area where you can hike, and even if you have to social distance, like that's cool. Like try and unplug. And then if you can do some exercise, whether you're stuck at home or you can go outside, if you're stuck at home, put in, I don't know, a DVD if you have one, or
YouTube,
just like
we were talking about this earlier.
YouTube. Exactly. Use YouTube and watch some, videos on just home training, and you can do planks and sit-ups and, push-ups and, yoga and all these things. Like there's so many things you can do at home. I mean, 15 years ago, I was doing P90X at home, and that was like the hardest workouts I could possibly do. And I'm someone that's at the gym 5 days a week, and I still think P90X is tougher than even my trainer is at the gym.
P90X was pretty serious back in the day. I've done some of those exercises. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah. So like doing that, you can do this at home. And again, you have to be careful. I don't want someone with stress, there's something called allostatic load, right? Like it's your bucket. It's your stress bucket. And how much room do you have in that bucket? And one of the things you can do is with hormesis, where you challenge your body, that you grow the size of that bucket and take more stress, whether it's good stress, which is called eustress, or bad stress, which is called distress. Either way, your body just knows it's stress, and the bucket is only so big, but you can grow that bucket over time. But if you add too much at once, you're overflowing with the bucket, and it's too much stress, whether the stress is coming from working out, whether it's coming from worry about the coronavirus, not getting enough sleep, etc. You need to work out in a way that's de-stressing and not causing additional stress. So What that is for each person is very bio-individual.
Yeah.
So I can't say what that is. But certainly we can all go take a walk. Certainly we can do some stretching, some yoga. Like that's fairly easy. So I would definitely recommend getting in some forms of exercise because they can be very de-stressing and help your resilience, which again refers back to kind of that allostatic load.
Yeah.
Another thing is kind of along the same lines as hormesis is to the body is a mindset idea that's the same idea, and it's stoicism. And the obstacle is the way, like Ryan Holiday talks about, right?
Great
So
book.
that's kind of the hormesis for the brain, right? Like that you not only are okay with stress, but you see stress as a positive and you see it as a chance to grow, to adapt, to get stronger, that the obstacle isn't terrible, that the obstacle isn't something to be avoided, that the obstacle is in fact the way.
Yeah.
And that's how you get better and stronger. And if you start shifting your mindset to, look, not only is this a chance for you to get better and stronger, but there's so many, let me just put it this way. As an investor, even though everything's crashing right now, there's tons of opportunities. If you're a business person, right now there's tons of opportunities. If you're a formulator like me, right now there's tons of opportunities. If you're someone who wants to get closer to your friends and have deeper relationships, right now there's tons of opportunities. If you shift your mindset from fear to, wow, everyone else is in fear mode, this is my opportunity. That's the Tom Brady or Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or whatever mentality, right? Right now, everyone else is scared. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And whatever that looks like for you. Right now, there's a lot of opportunities when everyone else is running and scared for you to have your best life. And it's possible. So I would encourage everyone to look at the opportunities and have that stoic mindset and shift. And you will improve your immune system and you will improve your life and you'll improve the lives of everyone around you.
Right. I don't know if it was us when we started, but I think it was like laughter and happiness is contagious as well as fear and anxiety and all of these other pieces. So we got ultimately, and people don't like when they hear this, but it is our choice. Right. It is our choice to make the decision to be happy or to be mad, or if you're anxious or something, fine. If you're anxious and nervous, give yourself a time limit, set a timer, right? 2 minutes, 5, whatever it needs to be, and move forward in the right direction. I think that's a great way to approach this because, like we said, disconnecting, if you're so connected to everything with the TV going and you're scrolling social media and all the people that you're associated with are the ones that are putting up all of this scary stuff, it's like this fuel in the fire. It's not going to go away. So it's got to be a choice.
If I was to give you the ultimate biohack of 12 years longer life, again, would you want it?
Of course. Let's do it.
Choose happiness. 12 years longer.
There you go.
People that are happy live longer lives and live better quality of life. And it's not just the years in your life, but the life in your years, right?
Yes, 100%.
We don't want to just live to 180 and be decrepit and diseased for 100 years.
Yeah.
Like if we can extend our lives, we want better quality of life. We want to be happier through those years. So choosing happiness is a way to live 12 years longer and live healthier. And that's like, look, like one of my favorite hacks is actually something called berberine for anti-aging. And it's anti-glycation and anti-inflammation and improves lipids. And like metformin's been shown to help you live 2 years longer. And that's kind of the ultimate anti-aging drug. And berberine's actually better than it. And then there's a form called dihydroberberine that I patented that's about 6 times better bioavailability than berberine. So that's cool. But that's 2 years. And that's the ultimate hack I can think of as far as supplements or drugs.
Yeah.
This is 12 years.
All the
If you
years.
just choose happiness.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Like literally it's your choice every day whether you can be happy or not.
Mm-hmm.
You make that decision. You lie in that bed, so to speak. So what are you choosing each day, each moment? You can let yourself succumb to fear. You can let yourself think negative thoughts about these other people around you and be jealous of them and be a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can choose to be happy for people around you. You can choose to be happy for yourself. I mean, because ultimately, when we're hating on people, we're just projecting out. We're projecting out our misery.
Yeah.
So we need to check ourselves. Every time I think a negative thought about someone and I'm jealous of them, I think that's me. That's me. That's me. I need to adjust me. I'm not happy with me. I need to make some different decisions about me. I need to love myself. I need to take a break and readjust and recalibrate.
Yeah.
And I would encourage everyone to do that, is to choose happiness, the biggest hack there is.
Good. I think that's an awesome place to finish up. Happiness is the way. That is the best biohack. But you got quite a bit of information today, everyone. Listen back, make some notes. I'll probably get together with Shawn and get maybe a little bit of a list organized that we can put like in an Amazon shopping thing or so on, whatever it needs to be. So you have access to know what to buy, how much to buy, blah, 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 blah. This guy is a master, as you know. So, Shawn, dude, that was awesome. Thank you so much for contributing.
Thanks for having me on, brother. Appreciate it.
This is and I want everybody to know that everybody that's been on just said yes. There wasn't like I didn't have to bribe them. I'm doing this for free right now for everyone while it's live, right? So we can get everybody to get as much access to this stuff as possible. Maybe packaged down the road, because there is so much stuff, right? There is so much good content and simple content that people can have that I think this needs just to get out to, how many trillion, million, billion people are on this planet, right? Like, right? It needs to get out there because there's a theme: happiness, sleep, eat well, move more, be in nature. And now we're adding one big one: hang out with your pets because they love you too. And you need it, right? So that's like the biggie. So, Shawn, again, thank you again so much.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that episode of IMMUNOPALOOZA today here on Lifestyle Locker Radio. Make sure you scroll down, check out our guests' information, connect with them. Also, make sure you do head over to Lifestyle Locker Radio and click the tab that says book, and you can get a free ebook called Inside the Locker. It's my gift to you. Also, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, you know what you can do. The best thing, and I'm just going to ask, is head over to iTunes and give us that great 5-star review. Only if you want to do it, of course. We would greatly appreciate it. Our guests would appreciate it because it helps us connect to more people like you. So wherever and whenever you're listening to this, have a great day, evening, or night, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.